We are back live with Kim Welk from Burrow Base Camp.
We're going to bring Miss Calipso back on. We were going to offer her a break, but she has stayed with us the whole time that we've been on break, so we're going to bring her back in and keep working with her. We did put a, I don't know if we're going to change it to 102, if we're going to keep calling it 101, for September 14th. It's a Sunday. And our goal for that session is that we are going to hopefully take some of these guys out for a walk. Oh, wow. And take advantage of the trails and things that we have right behind here and do a little bit more advanced handling, and we can do that in groups. So that is the goal for the Sunday, September 14th session. So I think we'll keep the leading part going to the 14th. And while we have her in, we'll do a little bit of work with feet. We were having a conversation offline while we were on the break and talking about hooves that need to be trimmed. These guys are scheduled for September 26th. We plan their schedule a year in advance. What we are seeing in Colorado right now, and especially in this area of Colorado right now, is we've had an exorbitant amount of moisture for the month of August, and we're seeing a lot of hoof growth. So their feet are long, their feet are due for a trim, their trim is scheduled, and a lot of what we're seeing is the result of the fact that the ground that we're standing on right now is soft, and they're not getting the abrasiveness of the ground that they're typically standing on to help keep their hooves down. We're seeing it donkey wide. My personal donkeys, my donkeys at Burrow Base Camp. I'm stopping to see one on the way home that is similar situation. Their trim's actually scheduled for Tuesday, and I was trimming feet last night under the direction of the farrier, saying this has got to happen now before we do it on Tuesday, even though it's 2 days away. So it's a very common thing, and so keeping their hooves cleaned out and keeping an eye on their hooves right now is super important, because when we're getting length like this and we're getting the moisture packs into their hooves, and they can get abscesses and they can get issues that start to come up. So we're gonna work on hooves, and for right this second, I'm gonna work on, I want you guys to be comfortable, and I want you guys to be hands-on. And so most people, raise your hand if you're scared about getting kicked and you're scared about lifting a back hoof. It's okay. I can tell you. Nice.
My finger. I have
Finger
to have
food.
gloves on.
It took me 4 years about having my own donkeys before I was really okay with picking up hooves. It's okay. I pick up hooves every day of my life now. I'm a little bit less shell-shocked, but I'm still pretty cautious of myself because I've seen stuff happen picking up hooves. And I don't want anybody to get hurt. I try to set everybody up for success. I don't want the donkey to get in that situation because something's not right for them either. So my goal is that everybody's set up for success, everybody's safe. And so again, if this is not something that you're comfortable with, please don't feel like you have to step in because you're here. You're gonna learn plenty from watching. It's totally okay. You do not have to be the hoof handler. There is nothing in that pocket. You wanna see? Yeah. Yeah. So my personal preference is that when you are doing anything with hooves, that you have a halter on. I don't think that a donkey has to work without a halter on. So if you are planning to clean out hooves, I want you to put a halter on. It's a safety thing as well, because it gives you some place to hang on to and to control their head if you need to. But she just put the halter on, and did you see how quickly she changed her demeanor? She's back into the mode of, okay, we're back in school, and what does she need me to do? She's gonna listen to me more. Where if she's just standing here with me, she's expecting that I'm gonna pet her, but she doesn't know if we're working or not working. So all this is doing is helping her understand what we're getting ourselves into. What I'm going to do is on you. Yep, this is the rope. I'm gonna let her smell it again because mine smell like donkeys and they're stinky and they sit in my car. And that was Spyro who had this on last. He's a noisy one, that boy. Good girl. So I always put my lead rope on from the back. Nothing went in her world. Don't know if she's fearful of snakes or not. This is not who I had in last week to know if she wants to kill the snake or not. In the wild, the donkeys encounter snakes. Snakes are a real predator to them. A lot of times my lead rope hits the ground, they think it's a snake, and they try to kill it. So I need to know if they're going to respond favorably to my rope or if they're going to try and kill it before they try to kill it because I'm holding on to it, right? Again, reinforcing from last week, we don't ever wrap a lead rope around our hands. I want to be able to drop it, no questions asked. If I'm leading, and we'll talk about this more on the 14th, but if I'm leading and I have it behind me, I'm dropping. It's going away. It's getting caught on all of my stuff that's around my waist right now, but it's going away. I have nothing that's holding on to me. That rope's going away. It's not tethered around my legs. I can be free as soon as I need to be free. If we're working with hooves, and especially if you are new to working with hooves, I want you again in a pair of two. I want somebody that is responsible for her head. And so even if you're just holding on to the rope, if you see her starting to reach around to me, my butt is going to be facing her, right? So I'm in a pretty vulnerable position. I have seen a donkey reach around and grab, and so that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
A donkey's means of safety and protection is to grab and get on top of you. So I don't want to find out if a donkey is going to grab me. I want somebody that's watching her head. That somebody that's watching the head can have control of the treats. So if I say good, or I say, you can talk with your partner and say, I'm about to stand and watch you instead of worrying about what I'm doing back here. Again, the mouth moving is a positive thing because that means she's relaxed. I have kids that I bring in, donkeys that I bring in, that all of a sudden I let them out and they chew the 10 cookies that have been in their mouth the whole time. They're just like squirrels.
Yep.
And so I want her to be chewing, I want her to be relaxed, and so I do the food as a means of knowing that that's what's going on. Again, she's gotten some treats. She hasn't been to the feeding booth the whole time that we've been here, and they've gotten fed as much as she has, right? So we haven't done anything to her calorie-wise. She's moving, she's thinking, she's burning calories, she's working right now, and she deserves to be rewarded for what she's doing. So, hoof pick. This is the tool that you're going to know as a volunteer. This is probably the extent of the tools that you're going to know as a volunteer. All the rest of the tools should be somebody that has either been trained by or has gone to some type of schooling for farrier work. You're never going to make a cut. You're never going to make a trim. You're not going to use a knife. You're not going to go digging things out unless somebody directs you to do so. You want to eat that? Probably not. That probably tastes stinky. So,
Yeah, I know. I put my hand down and you ate it.
Question, do you want a fairly short lead?
hey, you can read the donkey. I'm not
Okay.
too worried about her. I've already picked up her feet. I
Yeah.
checked her out before I did this, so but it's more of a thing that if you saw something going south, you're keeping me safe
Right.
at this point. And you can do it 100% safely from there by just eliminating how much lead she has. So when we're lifting feet, reinforcing from last week, we're doing it facing backwards because this is the way that the farrier needs to be able to work. They need to be able to use their hands, and they need to be able to, you're also moving naturally with the donkey's movement, so you're moving the leg the direction that the leg will naturally go. We're not going to pull it. A farrier, you'll see, will pull it forward and do finishing. That's a upper level thing for the donkey. It's not something that they necessarily have to know right out of the gate, but we want them to be comfortable. We want them to, if somebody was holding your leg out like this and trying to kick it and do stuff like that, I can't stand there. So if I hold her leg in some funky fashion, she's not going to be able to stand either. We talked about them holding their weight and being centered on themselves, how sure-footed that they are. They're pretty sure-footed. She's standing right now with her back feet relaxed. If I go to pick up her front foot, is she going to be able to stand with that foot up? Probably not. So if I see that she's in a position of moving around, and I'm going to try and get her feet to reset so that she has a solid table underneath her, that she can stand comfortably while I have her foot up. The average farrier needs 2 to 3 minutes that the foot's in the air. If the donkey can hold the foot for 2 to 3 solid minutes, the farrier can make one pass and get it all done in one fell swoop. If they're needing to put it down every 4 seconds, it's going to take the farrier a long time, because they're only going to make one cut, and then they're going to have to reset their nippers, reset their tools, reset everything. So we want to get them to the point that they comfortably hold up their feet. Her movement of her feet right now is flies. And so I need to be aware of that, because there's no way that I'm going to stop the flies from getting on her legs. And so if I'm feeling her shift, I'm going to let her shift as she needs to. This isn't a thing where she's going to get punished for not standing. I'm going to know if she's trying to get her foot away from me versus she's trying to deal with flies and get herself comfortable. I'm going to be able to tell that from her response. So going in from the back, I'm going to touch down her legs. If you are not in a position that you're comfortable, your place to start is touching down what we consider their knee. Touch to their knee 3 times. Tell her touch. Tell her good. Touch. Touch. Then you can work your way down to the next joint. Touch. 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 Good girl. She's very calm, right? She's not trying to move her feet. She's very calm. She was standing. So, by the time I get to the point of lifting, you're going to see her shift her weight. Lift, 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 lift. There you go. See how her weight shifted? She can't lift up her foot. If I'm standing with all my weight on my foot, I can't lift my foot up, right? So you can help her. Hips are very helpful. You can help her, but now she's holding her foot. And her foot's bending naturally, right at her knee, right? I'm going to rub her leg just so she knows that I'm not going to hurt her. My tool, I can take and tap it so she knows that it's here. And there's the grooves in their feet. This may be stinky. But you see all this stuff that's coming out? All that is manure and dirt and mud. You okay? Good girl. There's rocks that are coming out. So going in and cleaning this out, if she had a rock or something that was stuck in here and she's walking on a rock, it'd be no different than us walking on a rock in our shoe, right? It's not very comfortable. So you can dig around as much as you want in here. This is called the frog, this floppy stuff back here. That's not going to move very much. But you can get all the way down to this white stuff, and even if the white stuff is flaking, that's fine, because that's all sole. So right here, good girl. I was feeling her, deciding whether or not she needed a break. If she didn't let go and didn't slow down right there, I would have given her foot back.
So if her feet are up, like in the back where one's up?
Yeah, she's okay. She still has balance. She's not leaning on me right now.
Okay.
So,
How often do you clean them?
their hooves can be cleaned every day. And he can never be cleaned enough, is the answer. And their hooves are never cleaned enough.
So the
My
more,
personal argument.
so the more often that we can do that,
The better, because you're keeping bacteria, all kinds of. So, I don't know how well you can see. Lift. You're welcome to come in if you want, but you can see I got down pretty much to hoof sole. you're not going to get it all. You're not going to get all the mud. But you also can't hurt them. There's nothing that you can poke. You're not going to draw blood. You're not going to dig too deep. If some of this stuff flakes off, that's fine. No big deal. You will not, with this tool, get to anything that you can cause damage with. Good girl.
Now, when you're doing it, do you usually go around?
I usually go
Okay.
this way. I said we weren't going to do backs, but I'll show you the backs just so that I can get her trimmed out. I'll do the backs on a, I don't know if I'm going to need this touch.
Sounds like he's trying to take the lead.
So, I have not lifted her back feet recently. Most of the time when I'm here with the farrier, I'm doing the catching, the grabbing, and the releasing, and that type of stuff.
Is there a difference between their front and their back?
In your head, 100% there is.
Okay.
This is a much bigger kicking power
Okay.
than this is.
Okay.
If she kicks me with this, she's more likely to stamp backwards. Kind of a cow kick thing that happens. So anytime that you're going in to do this, you're going with a safety lift. And you're going down the front of her leg, not the back of her leg, because anything that you're putting over the back is exposing you to a kick, right? So I'm going to touch down. I'm going to tell her that I'm touching. I'm going to tell her on her hips that I'm coming here, right? So that she knows that I'm in her area. She's probably right now not in a position that she can lift her back leg with her two legs this close. She might be a ballerina, but I'm not convinced. So if I hip check her a little bit. Okay. So I don't care if she leans into me a little bit. If she's laying fully in my lap, it's not okay. Because our farriers are not that big, number one. But it's not comfortable after 3 or 4 minutes that you're holding up a 600-pound donkey. It gets a little tiring on all of us. So again, down the front of the leg. And I can tell her lift. Good girl. Okay? And here we are again, and we can tap. And you can put it down. You can do 3 lifts and call it a day. Lift. It's very normal when you're cleaning out hooves to see a very instant intake or increase in flies flying around, because this stuff smells really good. So, for the most part, nothing of me is exposed to her, right? My head's not down there, so if she kicked right now, she's going to kick straight out of my hand, right? My hand's not going to be involved in the kick because it's in the front. So I was safe the whole time. She was safe the whole time. She was in a position of comfort. Sometimes with the lady donkeys, if they've had babies, which these guys haven't had as many babies as the ladies at my place, they don't like to lift that leg up high. So if they're fumbling around, try repositioning lower where they're not holding the hip up quite so high in the back. It's just not comfortable for them. Girl. Let's, so, I don't travel in front of the donkeys in front of their heads. So if I'm going behind, I'm going behind. But I also have a panel here, right? So I'm going to get her off the panel. Maybe.
Easy.
Look at her.
Whoa. Talk about stubborn as a donkey.
But that's fine. She was comfortable there, right? But I don't want to be my head down, me down, and a panel and a body. There's nothing good there. There's no way for me to get out. And again, I always want to know how I'm getting out. It's very normal for donkeys to have a favorite side. So far she's done super well on the left, right? She may not be as comfortable on the right. So I just need to watch as I go around. I go with the assumption that everything's fine until she tells me that it's not. So again, on the backs, I'm going to come down the leg. She's already lifting it for me.
Wow.
Lift. Good girl. Good girl. So you see how all that stuff just falls out. And her toes are long. This one's longer than the other one. And you can probably smell that because it's pretty fragrant.
Yes.
But the more you can keep that cleaned out, that's going to keep it healthier until we're here to be able to trim it out. And I want her to place it down calmly. I don't want her like stamping, ripping it out of my hands. I want it to go on my terms, just like it did with the halter. Okay? So we're all the way back up to her front foot again. Touch, touch.
See, she's okay.
You see how fast she flexed her leg? She knows exactly what's expected, right?
She's okay.
Touch, touch. Can you lift? Lift. Good girl. And I always tell them, I talk to them the whole time. I tell them lift.
No, not the
I tell them stand. Good girl.
It's
You're okay. You're okay. Ooh, that stinky little girl.
Are you trying to make friends again? Stop eating me?
She doesn't like their friends. She's checking on Calipso.
So I want her to stand nicely. I was down a little bit, but she had a fly there all of a sudden. I saw it. I saw it land. And she deserves to get reward, right?
Yep.
So, him being on the head, he didn't really have to do a whole lot, but he kept her distracted enough that her attention was there, and she wasn't trying to reach around, she wasn't getting in my treat bag, and so I was able to work safely and comfortably and quickly, and we got it done, right? So, if you want to lift a foot, we'll do front feet right now. Let's go in groups of 2 or 3 again, and just come in and I can walk you through, and you can hoof it because I'm sure that there's plenty in there that I didn't get out. She's already put her feet back down, so there's mud back in there, right? What's that? No, you can come a couple. That's fine.
You can do one more, right? Do 3?
What?
Can we do 3?
Sure.
Yeah.
If you have
Anybody
one more
else?
person that wants to come in, you're welcome to.
One more person? All right.
One little detail.
Yes, sir. Because you were looking at
All
my
I
butt.
can see is your backside.
I think that's a great idea. Yep.
I'm Ben.
I'm Beth.
Beth. Nice price. It's okay.
No.
Ready? All right.
You got a treat? Okay. All right, sweetie, I'm gonna touch.
See? All the way down.
So you can see her leg.
Now
She's doing it for him,
yeah,
right?
all the way down. Okay, we're gonna lift. Lift. And lift. There we go.
And
I
when
want
you
it like
when
this.
you're lifting, you want to
Kim?
bring. Yep.
Here?
Yep.
Or below that? Below
Perfect,
Below
yep.
that. Okay.
So take
Ah,
straight in there.
straight.
Yep. And you can just dig in. The stuff that's not moving is part of her foot.
How often
So you
should
want to
this-
hold the hoof in your hand because that's going to make a stable surface for
Okay,
you to
going down,
push against.
going down, sweetie.
And you can
There
push
you go.
hard.
There you go. Good girl.
So lift it up again and do it. You don't,
Okay.
just do one swipe with the
Going down. Going down. Okay, lift.
good girl.
Nope, you gotta shift your weight. Come on, sweetie, shift your weight. Hey, Beth, I gotta give her to move that way a little bit. There we go.
Good girl. Lift.
Lift,
Lift.
lift.
Good.
There you go. Okay,
How often
down.
should this be done? There you go. Good
Anytime that you're brushing them.
Great job.
job. Good girl.
So do one more time with her.
Okay. Ready for one more time, sweetie?
One more time. You got
All
it.
right, sweetie.
When we
Going
hear
down.
good, you can have one.
Going down.
So did you see that weight shift into him? There's no way he's getting that foot up, right?
No.
So as soon as we see her come
Okay, lift.
in there, she gave him the foot.
There you go.
So you can feel it, and you can feel when they
Right.
shift into you. And it's not quite. You're picking up all 600
treat
pounds
already?
by yourself. And I have a mammoth who's way bigger than me, and he can put that foot down, and it's like I could, dive against it, and it's not going anywhere.
I can tell you already, when she was standing on this side, there was nothing I was doing. That's why I had to come up and ask Beth, we need to lean a bit the other
Right.
direction.
Yeah, and then I just
And
grabbed
as
her
soon
neck
as he
and
just
pulled her this
leaned, did
way,
you see your foot?
and it helped.
So she knows.
Good to know. All right, Beth, we're going to have you go on that side.
Okay.
And sweetie, I got your lead. Look, see, it's over here.
She's starting to get nervous that she's backed up all the way into the fence.
Not necessarily. I think that kicking right there was flies again.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're more comfortable with the panels around them. Okay. They have less stuff that they have to keep track of.
All right, sweetie. All right, Beth, I got her head. Yep.
It's n- Good job.
You got your knee? She's there.
So her front one, you can pick up from the front or back, whichever is more comfortable. There you go. She gave it right to you.
Good job, girl. Good job. Just paying attention up here. Yeah. I got you. You're doing good.
You always want to work with the hoof pick away from them, so you're going
No?
from their center of the hoof
Good
towards the
girl.
ground.
Good girl.
That was very nice. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job. Good
You gotta lift.
job.
You gotta lift.
Lift. Lift.
Come on, shoot.
Lift. Come on.
There you go. Good girl.
Lift. Lift. Oh, come on.
Nope.
Okay. Lift. Lift. Come on.
And I'm like brushing,
Come
we
on.
should do this and more in
Come on. You're not ready.
I like a halter to be on. I like to give
Let's
them
try.
the idea that this is a
Come on.
space that they're working in.
Lift.
So you're not
Lift.
walking up to them in the middle of the field expecting them to pick up their
Lift.
feet. And so it would be okay with me if you're grabbing them out there with the
Not
halter
being
and
caught.
walking them
Nope.
into a pen, and then doing it. This is safer for all of you. And it'll just get them into a better habit.
Come on. Lift.
You can lean into
Yeah.
her a little bit.
I am a huge believer in the pens.
Come on. Lift. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
And it doesn't matter how much pressure you're putting onto. I mean, you can really dig in there. You can grab it and really get in there and push
Okay, one more
hard.
time.
But no matter what you're cleaning
Lift,
out,
good
you're getting it out of
girl.
the feet. So
Do it, good girl.
if you're hesitant, if the hoof pick hesitates against something, most likely you're running into a rock.
There you
And so that in that case you probably should be
go. Good job.
pushing a little harder, trying to dig it
I
out.
know, I'll get her attention.
So go ahead and yeah. We'll do fronts.
Do I get that one?
Sure. They've probably been in my truck for a long time.
That's all right.
Season.
Yeah.
So she had a change in person and she was like, wait a second, I didn't see that happen. She wasn't paying attention. So she paused for a second and that calmed her back down, right? If she had kept going at her, then she was probably going to get a little bit more antsy. If you're the person holding the head in donkeys, someone that you're not necessarily familiar to, what Rob did with being outside or having a place that where people don't necessarily have anything worried that it's starting to move, that you all couldn't get yourself out into a safe position, but that's always an option, is, pick a post or someplace like that. So face the other way. There you go.
There you go.
Just kind of put your hip up against your shoulder.
You can lean on her a little bit. get her to step so that she can put it shift
Yeah,
away.
you're okay. You needed her to shift like that. 'Cause you weren't
We
going to
did.
get her foot out there.
I can feel it
Yeah.
planted, yeah.
So just hip check her a little bit. You feel her shift off of it.
Yeah.
Now lift.
Now you can feel much different, right?
Yep.
And lift down by her. There you go. Yep, right there.
All right, I'm not between you and the fence. You're all.
Okay.
Be grabbing.
Down. Is that okay?
Yep.
Like that?
Perfect.
All right, let's try it again. Touch. Touch.
Doing the same thing that you've been doing all day.
Touch.
She's so good. She's been really good all day.
Ready? Couple minutes. I was nervous now.
So hip check her really good.
So that's the lesson there.
Don't,
You will
because she's
never be
figuring
able-
out that she can push into you and you're going to go away.
Okay.
Come on.
Now she's.
Double doing both.
All right. I think she's had enough.
Let's take
Well,
a
she
quick-
seems to
how about
think
a
so.
quick break?
So the other thing is you can move her
Yep.
out of that
How
spot.
about a quick break?
Okay. We do that.
Yeah, I have
you
a
go.
question.
And so she just reset and now you got a better chance at her legs, right?
Touch.
If there's a little slope, is it better to have the lifted hook up or down on the slope? Probably up.
Probably up because they're going to balance better, but
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
they're
thinking.
going to they're going to figure out their feet. They're going to set themselves how they need to.
Yeah.
You lift your foot. Lift.
Lift.
Come on. One more time. Good girl. Good girl.
There you go. There you go. You're okay.
All right. Good girl.
Two good girls.
I don't have to.
So you have a whole new respect for the farrier. You got to lift your feet up.
Well, and if us doing this more often.
Right.
Both sides.
Yep.
Okay.
One more
time.
Yep.
All right. Touch. You're doing good. All right.
Last one.
Last one.
Last time, girl.
We'll wrap up. You're right at 12 o'clock, kiddo.
Lift. Lift. Good girl.
Right.
Down.
Well, and if it's consistent, they understand. If they're coming in a pack, they understand. And we didn't have to use grain at all. So come in with treats. This is a rock climbing chalk bag. Yep. Questions? There are plenty of people here on a daily basis that know how to lift up feet. Be brave. Take 5 minutes and do it. It doesn't take long. And if you give this donkey 5 minutes of hoof lifting, we so appreciate you. If we can get all these guys to the point that they comfortably lift their feet and that they don't freak out, it's going to make so they're learning the routine. Okay, so she's done with her session, so she can have her halter taken off as well. Anybody have any questions?
I do. When you were getting the feet, you left the backside without peeling any mud off of it. Was that like something soft of hers?
So they have what's called the frog.
Yeah.
This right here. Lift.
Yeah.
This is the frog. So this is kind of like our cuticle,
Oh, okay. I got you.
and it's not going anywhere without a knife.
Okay.
Or nippers. So you can clean all around that because there's grooves here.
And the farrier will get that.
The farrier will trim all of this away, and then this will all get cut away too. Because this basically gives you a cutler, and it shows how much. Sorry, sweetheart. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Give me two for that one.
Yep. you can have to. Oh, you dropped one. Any other questions? Thank you guys very much for coming.
Thank you.
September 14th, it's a Sunday. We will be back 10 o'clock. Goal is that we're going to walk out some of these guys. And we'll do it in groups so that not everybody has a donkey if you're not comfortable taking it on.
When is that?
September 14th, Sunday.
So then, another question for you. If we're out here and we've been brushing them and stuff,
Yep.
putting halters on them, does it walk you around the pen
No.
in here?
Okay. Nope. Feel free. The more handling they get, the better.
Okay.
Anything that you can do in haltering, leading, brushing, picking up feet, cleaning out feet, fantastic. And this pen I don't think is doing any harm, so we continue to leave it here until we need the panels.
Fall fast.
Yeah, I get them.
All right. Thank you for tuning in.
All right.
Great job, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you very much.